Welcome to the WBC Arena. What a night we expect this to be. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with.
Smokin' Joe. His 3 battles with Muhammad Ali, perhaps the most famous the sport has ever seen. Oleksandr Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine.
Just take note. Look at the reach. Look how much they're giving away in this fight.
And with that, we turn it over to the world-renowned ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweights, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier. Hiding out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Todd, I love this place. The atmosphere is second to none. If you get the right fights, you've got fun all night.
And what I say you must obey. Good luck.
These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Catch and shoot. Both men step back for just a moment. He's being smothered here in the clinch and can't get his shots off. I'd like to see this fighter protect themselves a little better. Left punch. You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead, and this is not the way he wanted this fight to start. Let's see if he can get out of trouble. Been in wars before, he knows what to do, but can he do it? You can see he does not like being grabbed onto. Why aren't they keeping their gloves up? Not a lot of defense here at all. Exchange here from both men. A very competitive round with nice veteran move here to hold on to his opponent to slow down the momentum.
You can't do that too often because the referee is eventually going to start taking points off you. You saw the referee.
After what we saw in that last round, it's... What do we expect to see here in round 2? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. The counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are...
And he will hold here. And good thing he did because he was getting beaten up.
You can't do that too often because the referee is eventually going to start taking points off you. You saw the referee watch, look, didn't say anything, just gestured to say, I've checked you. Now be careful because when he starts pulling, taking you out of your rhythm, it's going to get harder.
That's a scoring left hand. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. And wait a minute, a left hand lands.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And counter punching. He's got to find a way to get around that reach advantage.
Very smart, very sharp. This is the fit young man style that he's got to get inside that long reach. Not many fights can do that.
Neither man really defending themselves. Perfect. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knockout. Let's get it started in round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That left counter was perfectly timed. Good counter punching from both these fighters. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. Trying to answer back. They've avoided catastrophe there. There's a right hand. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down. Oh, what a punch.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice job landing with that right-hand counter. Positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch.
I've seen it so many times. One punch changes everything. I've seen guys winning hands down. They decide to showboat and show off, then blam! It's over. So they've got to stay sharp. One punch changes everything.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something. Back at it in round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice. What a shot that put him down. Would be wise here to take the full 8 seconds.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down. Why sit in a pocket when your punches are this slow? No power in those punches.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Neither man really defending themselves. Got out of the way of that right hook. Nice counter shot with the right hand. catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. You've got to wonder how big of a factor. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Hook misses. Both want a knockout, you can tell. So that left lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Anytime you get hurt to the body, it's a question of when, not. Let's start the 6th. What a round we just saw. Let's see what we've got in store for us here.
This is part of the game plan. You knew this was going to happen. Now you've got to stay still in your mind. You've got to think, right, don't get rattled. Don't get swayed by the crowd cheering or booing. Walk straight in there, stick to your game plan, show your shots, and then let it go. But do it at your pace.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
And these shots, even if they land, are going to do no damage. Good counterpunching for both these athletes. They score with that left hand. Both men step back for just a moment. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. She's sitting in the corner right now. Round 7, here we go. They're off their stools, and what a fight this has been. Will it continue?
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You get turned over and walk into the shot, and that's the last thing you want.
Perfect punch. He fails to score with that left hook. Nice counter. There's a counter shot. Doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good left hand. He just misses with that big right hand. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a counter. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far. And there's the bell for round 8. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. He misses with that jab. When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That can be the real difference.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Big right hand just misses. It's obvious this fighter is gassed out. Why sit in there and throw punches? This fighter is sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This round still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Body work is paying dividends. Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. It's one of the best fights I've seen this year. Let's see if this round continues that incredible action.
What a round. What had they got left? How can you get better than that? That is ridiculous. That's stuff you see on video games.
That one will count. Left hook doesn't find its target. Left counter scores. That big hook doesn't land. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take out with a simple jab, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
These two are the perfect dance partners. swing and a miss with the left hook. That counter shot lands. He missed with that jab. Believe what we are seeing. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Not exactly sure when that injury to the body took place, but you know this fighter is feeling it right now, and no part of them. And here comes the 10th round. What a round we just saw. Let's see what we've got in store for us here.
How much energy did they use? How hard and how tough and how much they had to dig deep. This is just ridiculous. I don't know what to expect. I'm tired just watching it.
When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That can be the real difference.
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
He misses with that jab. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. The referee will send them to the corner and take a look at the cuts.
Hey, are you all right? Are you okay?
And the referee will allow this to continue. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
That left shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Look at all that blood, but he's still wanting to come out for more.
My concern is the corner.
And there's the bell for round 11. They're up and ready to go. Surely this round won't be as good as the last one. Why aren't they defending? They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
He gets out of the way of that left hand. Good one. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. This fighter has not shown us much defense at all. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Oh, that punch. Good counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. They're going to call the doctor over in a minute to check out these cuts. And there's the bell to start round 12. And we're back. What does this round have in store for us? Missing with the hook. Left counterpunch will score. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. Looks like they're out of trouble. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power. And I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when it catches you.
We've never seen Oleksandr Usyk hurt like this before. I don't believe what we're seeing here. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Nice counter shot. Their man really defending themselves. Coming back to life now, starting to land some punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And Frazier is another win, another unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. Total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.